I'm going to be reading 4 pages out of a novel, and the whole novel is set in Oakland. And this is a chapter that's going to be published as a freestanding story later this year, so I'm just going to assume it does not need a setup. I'll just tell you the title, which is Sparkles, Chameleons, Transparents. I've passed this retail outlet in cars and buses 100 times, never once predicting I'd set foot in West Coast wheelchairs. Chances are the same storm cloud with mushroom above the shopkeeper's head, if any scuzzy punker opened his tempered glass door. Yet it's me he hustles around the counter to intercept. In his diagnosis, I'm a germ. The store's a cut. He's back team to the rescue. Booyah. I could half Nelson this jug-eared clerk to the floor with the greatest of ease. "Can I help you?" he says. Despite the friendly teddy bear-shaped name tag on his pocket, Stan's face is contorted with doubt. I look like trouble. By Stan's calculation, if I have money, it's worth less than other people's. He's wrong on that count. Walking the 3 miles down here, I brainstorm ways to save funds for my wheelchair purchase. Cut down on bus fares, cut back on smokes, cut out tequila, cut the crap and work more. Just browsing, I answer, buying only time so far. The floor space is limited in this store, selection skimpy. Big bright advertisements hang on the walls, fanfare for Sovereign, Invacare, Quickie, brands I've never heard of. Stan would be equally clueless about the Jawbreaker and NoFX posters tacked on my wall. I spot a no-frills wheelchair at the back of the store, unshowcased, straight out of a 50s movie featuring a cripple. Stan uses his body to block my access to the old-fangled hack and flings a short-sleeved arm at the state-of-the-art handicapped transit under the lights up front. In case I'm both valid shopper and ungroomed slut, he wants my eyes feasting on his high-end stock. Questions get asked. Who the disabled is. My neighbors say to Pollard, where the chair will be used, wherever. And if I want, say to Pollard to have the most comfort and mobility available in a power chair today. I point to my choice. I want her to have that fine old chair. Stan honks a loud ha-choo, as if just the thought of that cut-rate ride is sickening to a quota-hitting professional. When he lifts his glasses to dab at his sneezed wet eyes, I slip past him. Lobotomized McMurphy got parked in a contraption like this. I found one flew over the cuckoo's nest in Ma's garage and worshipped it through high school. As I drop onto the wide black seat of what I hope is Sada's freedom to be, Stan hurries over and says, home users favor power chairs 4-to-1 over the self-propelled. I sprawl back and imagine propelling my housebound neighbor through Oakland sunshine, with blue jays and red robins tweeting overhead. Sada needs a break. She deserves one. But that vehicle does have a chrome-plated carbon steel frame, Stan says. Smelling a transaction and seeing as how my booty's all over it, he's pitching me on this product. Mildew-resistant upholstery, he says. Gusseted braces and axles, all standard. Chest strap and amputee attachment, optional. Too much information, I blurt, to halt the amputation talk. Sada's the one person who's believed I could be something other than a fuck-up. I refuse to believe she'll require hinky attachments or straps. Let's not bring up worst cases, I say, when I feel so good about this. That makes one of us, Stan says. I read the price tag hanging on my backrest, $169, 19 bucks of which I've salted away. A start, though not much of one. Why do these wheels splay, I ask, suspicious of a defect. A feature called camber, Stan says, for stability. Perhaps you'd better get up. I give the wheels a whirl and stably roll to his Oxford's toes. He grabs for the chair, but I bowl myself up the aisle. Medication time, Nurse Ratchet, I say, working up a drool. Stan vaults after me and seizes both handles. Stop this thoughtless clowning. I leap to my feet and frown at the chair like it's to blame. You're insulting our customers, Stan says, and wasting my time. He's got me pegged. Nervous, obnoxious behavior, it's what I do. But I have to do better for Seda. I am in the market for a wheelchair, I say, lifting sad cow eyes to Stan. He looks dubious. For who, did you say? A lady with advanced sclerosis. She needs to escape her four-wall prison, but she's immobile. Can I take it on installment? We don't arrange financing. My mission's failing. Still a fuck up, I jab my chin in the direction of Stan's super-duper merchandise. What's so great about those, I mutter. I'm finally where he wants me, inquiring about the prized line. He grins and says, their main advantage to the mobility impaired is independence. The Declaration of Independence jumps to mind. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Learned all about it in 8th grade. I examine the mechanized wheelchairs for guarantees of inalienable rights. The left unit travels up to 7.2 miles per hour, Stan says. The right model 5 mph. Both chairs are vibration-free with dynamic anti-tippers, semi-pneumatic casters, and anodized finishes. Sparkles, chameleons, or transparents. Sparkles, chameleons, transparents. How poetic wheelchairs can sound. I step to a high seatback version, turn over its laminated price tag, and feel my heart pinch. Dynamic anti-tippers set a pilgrim back $3,800. These buggies are complicated, I say. Code for costly. Better living through technology, Stan says. Yeah, well, just swinging your basic companion model will be tricky on my Chapter 11 income. I shrug and find myself practically crying. I'm not expecting a miracle, just hoping to dial back the misery meter. Stan's eyebrows go up. Is it your mother who needs the chair? A neighbor, who's more like a perfect mother, the only person on earth who loves me. And no one but me watches over her. I see, he says. How could he see what it's like for her, being devoured by disease, or for me, watching helplessly? I'm on the verge of telling him to cram his onboard battery chairs up his Stan the West Coast wheelchair man ass. And he says, most insurance plans cover wheelchair rental with a small deductible, $100 typically. I might save that in a few more weeks. Stan reaches out, squeezes my arm. I've been found worthy of trust and help, the squeeze says. Shocking for a fringy, hostile, sex-obsessed chick like me, who might as readily engineer her way into Stan's double nets to show him he's got nothing over on her. Get me the policy info, Stan says. I'll set her up with dependable personal transportation. You mean it? I'll expedite the claim. He grabs a brochure from the counter and staples his business card to it. I take the brochure. The emotion washing over me as Stan breaks into a hallmark moment smile is such honest gratitude. It's all I can do to not bow down to it.